Oops, I already canceled it because Welcome to Timelines, episode 157. And this is the end of the year version. Welcome to Timelines. Today we have Samantha Kelly. She's coming to us from Ireland. She's known in Europe and I guess across the world as the tweeting goddess. And if you want to know about basically how to use tweets and tweeting, she is the expert. She's often a speaker. She's been on TEDx, and she's also been on the Mail-Right real estate show, which is a United States show about real estate that's pretty popular. And that's one that I do some of the engineering and backside to. So Samantha, thank you for coming in today. You saved me because I was going to do just a short little show for the holidays, but you're filling in, and we're going to go up. We're creating a blab right now. It's going to go up on YouTube, and then in a couple hours from now, it'll be on iTunes and done.
Great. Thanks for having me.
So tell us what you do in Ireland, other than having a beautiful house and some nice dogs.
I run Twitter accounts for people who don't have time or don't want to do it. And I also teach people how to use Twitter effectively for their businesses. And I speak at events and run a few hashtag chats as well. So
what are some of your hashtags?
Well, I have Women's Inspire. I used to run Irish Biz Party, which was a hashtag for small business owners that I created one night out of frustration. It was actually kind of by accident, to be honest. I was just a bit frustrated with the red tape that can come along for entrepreneurs trying to get out there. I was a lone parent 3.5 years ago on social welfare, and I found it very difficult. You couldn't start a business without having some money. You do have to have some money, like, okay, for a website and for a trademark and all that kind of stuff. And I just found it I found it a bit frustrating that, like, how are you supposed to get out of the poverty trap, even if you had a really good business idea? I found it difficult. So I decided that we should support each other. So I wanted to connect with other small business owners like me. I said, I can't be the only one experiencing these difficulties. And I created a huge community, which is still going strong today. Trends every week on Twitter in Ireland.
That's good. That's really nice. Now, what part of Ireland do you live in?
I live in County Wexford, which is the southeast of Ireland, by the sea. So I'm about 5 minutes walk from the sea. So the dogs are given out, you see, because I didn't bring them for a walk today. It's been lashing rain here and windy, although I don't mind that either. So I'm from Dublin originally, but I moved down here about 10 years ago, and I absolutely love the sea. It's very good for my head. And I love being not in the city, maybe because I have children as well. It's nice for children, it's safer. So
yeah, the salt air is also nice.
Mm-hmm. Very
green in Ireland. I've flown in and out of Ireland a few times as I transitioned from the Middle East, and it's so beautiful coming in, and all the accents and the hospitality is so nice. But, I got to go back and visit sometime. You
do? Yeah, you have an excuse to come and visit now.
I spent my time in England and in Scotland, but I've got to get to Ireland. I definitely will get there. So tell us more about your business. How long have you been in business?
I've been, I started my business journey with my first product, which was called Funky Goddess. It was a gift box for girls who got their first period. So it was a bit of a taboo. So I got a lot of attention, and I started using Twitter to market the business because I had no marketing budget. And I got really good on Twitter. I took to it really naturally. So I sold that business, and I decided that this is really...
So folks, we just had a blab break, and it was right on this girls product, which, how did that do, by the way?
It's still going today. It went really well. I just didn't have the money to make it profitable. I needed to buy it in bulk, and I needed investment. So I went on the Irish equivalent of Shark Tank over here, which is called Dragon's Den. It's on YouTube, actually, if you want to have a look. It was Funky Goddess Samantha Kelly on Dragon's Den. And I got investment on the TV, but then it didn't materialize after. So I kept going anyway, and then I shelved it and then sold it to someone who wanted to buy it. So
you looked at time and money and what the effort was, and you decided to generate money that way. This art, we actually talk, probably half the shows are talking to people about who make a living online or create ways to make a living online. Mm-hmm. And it really takes a creative mind to do that. And there's a lot of steps. So how long have you been online doing this?
Well, since I started that business, I barely had a Facebook page. So I suppose that was October 2011.
Okay.
So then I started really working on Twitter as a business, like Tweeting Goddess. I changed my name from Funky Goddess IRL to Tweeting Goddess about 2 years ago. So I've been doing Tweeting Goddess now. And what I do is I teach people how to use Twitter effectively for their business. I have a following of over 28,000 now. Mm-hmm. And I've built it up purely from assisting others, sharing my knowledge, giving out tips, and, you know, creating communities. And when you help others, people reciprocate. And I give a lot of tips and share a lot of my knowledge, to be honest. And I do help a lot of people that I feel that should be connected with each other. So I'm a good connector.
So if we have time, I'm going to go back and more into Twitter and ask you some questions. Mm-hmm. So what are 3 things you did well this year that you think you're very successful in your business?
Blab.
Blab. I love it.
Blab was one of the best things I ever found, I have to say, because it really raised my profile, and it also gave me confidence in the value that I add. You know, to be honest, because people were saying, "Oh, let Samantha in; she adds loads of value," and I was like, "My goodness, maybe I do add a lot of value," and so it gave me a lot of confidence. So Blab was definitely a good step. I suppose I also stepped away from Irish Biz Party because it was taking up a lot of my headspace and my time. I was giving a lot away for free. So I started to make some money this year. That's the biggest thing.
That's a really good thing for 2.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Blab a second. Blab is a game changer. I was working on a digital product to teach people how to take a traditional podcast or making a podcast on Adobe Audition or Skype and then bring it into YouTube, which is still a lot of work, but not as hard as going into iTunes. So I was teaching that. I said, go up, test your show, do about 10 or 12 shows, put them on YouTube. Costs a lot less money, a lot less time and effort. Still work though. And then this Blab showed up and changed the game.
Yeah.
Blab is an amazing platform.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And the people and the relationships I've built here are unreal. Like, I'm connecting with people all over the world. And now as a result, I have a gig in Florida in February.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I also am getting Ted Rubin and Brian Fanzo and people like that over to my social media summit in March. So like, from meeting all these people on Blab, I decided, you know what? I'd love to meet these people. So why don't I just bring them to Dublin?
Nice. Very nice. You know, another thing about this Blab platform is really connected into Twitter. You're lucky. I mean, it's really, they're together. They're like brother, sister type thing.
And I did notice, you see, on Blab, there was a lot of people that had joined Blab that actually only had a few followers on Twitter or weren't really using it right. So I noticed there was a gap there for me to show, hang on, I can teach these people how to use Twitter effectively. So there was a lot of interest in my Blab. So it was great, you know.
Now, do you have, I know this ahead of time if I prepare my notes, but do you have a school up right now?
A school?
Like a learning management system or a school recorded?
I have an online workshop. Yeah.
The workshop. Okay.
It's on my website, tweetinggoddess.com, but I'll get it up for you.
No,
now.
I got it. Right. We'll definitely flip that in because I always want to put those in when we're doing it. So people can go back to the timelines of success or a lot of different places. I have 17 websites. There it is. Yeah, I just put it in too.
Yeah, and I do one-to-one Skype consultations as well. So that's where really I like to teach. I like to guide people, though. I don't like to just leave them. You know what I mean? I like to guide them as they go. So I think it's important to keep checking in and because things can change and your strategy can change and you can notice things as you go along. I remember when I had the first period gift box, for example, I thought my target market were the teenagers themselves, but no, it was the mums that were buying it. And then I noticed, hang on, there's 21,000 lone fathers in Ireland and they were buying it. And then hang on a second, there's the big sisters who went through that trauma and don't want their little sisters to go through it. So, you know, there was things change, your strategy changes as you go along, you know.
You learn, it's a process. And like you said, you're making money this year, which is smart. You know, learning how to make, you could teach learning how to make money. That's another thing. But, you know, they say there's 3 things online that people make money at. One is teaching how to make money. 2 is anything in how-to type things. What was the 3? It was a 3. And then like politics. Well, no, teaching. Money, relationships, and health. Those are the 3 big, and then you break off into other areas. So you were talking about health and relationships and that product. So I can see how those fit in and it worked. So next thing you said, making money. What's the one thing you did to learn how to make money?
I got a mentor. Wow. I got a mentor, and I think that's very important for anybody that is thinking of going into businesses, get a mentor, someone that can kind of bounce ideas off. And I found that very valuable because she was able to help me to focus on where I wanted to go. And I had a vision board as well. Mm-hmm. So the vision board actually helped me. And I said, you know what? I need to do this. And I made it happen. Like I wanted to meet Ted Rubin. So I've made it happen. He's coming to Ireland on 1st of March. So
that is so neat. So how did you get Ted Rubin to come to Ireland again?
I asked him.
Jonathan is watching right now. He's one of the persons that does Mail-Right real estate agent show and WP-Tonic. And I see how you just asked him. I just asked, you know what? You just asked.
Yeah. I asked, would he do his first blab with me as well? And he did his first blab with me. Yeah.
Nice. That's really good. So you hooked in.
But to be honest, I had already built a relationship with him on Twitter beforehand. You know, I think when you engage with leaders and you share their content and you talk to them like human beings, which they are, then you build relationships. You can build a relationship with anybody on Twitter. It's much more easy. It's easier to connect people on Twitter as well, because instead of doing this big introduction email, you can just say, hi, Danny, connect with Maura, you know, and there they are, they're connected, you know, and they know I'm connecting them for a reason, but they have to find that reason out themselves usually. But, you know, usually they cop on when they see the bio, they go, that's why she connected me with them, you know.
Well, that's very good. Now, Ted Rubin's out of New York, and he's a big speaker, big in the New York scene, I think, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Really
internationally,
big.
He's super
yes,
cool.
Within the city itself, he's super well known. Yeah, so that's good. So we got one last thing. What's the third thing you did well this year?
The third thing I did well this year was I looked after myself a bit more. You know, and I started walking and taking breaks and getting the balance. And I still haven't got it right, folks. You know, it is hard to balance everything. And I have 2 children, and I just started to look after myself more and started to make time for me. I realized I hadn't done anything fun. Like fun. When was the last time I had fun? And I was like, but sure, I'll go on blab. No. Should I go to this? No, that's not like what. When was the last time you had fun? And I went, oh my goodness. And so tomorrow I'm going fishing. You know, I love fishing, and my friend is coming down because we're going away for a couple of days. He's going to mind the house and the dogs. And I said, well, why don't you come down a day early and we'll go fishing? So we're going fishing tomorrow. So that's my fun.
What are you fishing for?
From the beach, cod, bass, anything like that. There's a lot of good waves here at the moment because of the storms, so we should catch some fish. I might do a blast from the beach.
So, how are you going to catch fish tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You can catch cod?
I just love. Yeah, it's easy. You just like I'm quite a good angler though. That's something a lot of people wouldn't know about me. I love angling, but you see, the thing is, I love the fresh air and I love the sea and the wind, and you know, that whole bringing my flask of tea and my sandwiches. I just love that whole outdoorsy thing, and that's good for my head, and I need to do that this Christmas, and that's why I've been trying to look after myself more, and that's the best thing that I did do this year that I hadn't been doing.
There's something about
getting
fishing.
drained, you know, by lots of people, and I wasn't actually looking after myself.
That's a really good example of something that really takes your mind off, because when you're fishing, you're just thinking about something about it. You're just thinking about fishing. I mount and creek steam fish. I've gone to Alaska. I've gone a lot of salmon fishing. It's
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that now. I watched that Ice Cold Killers thing. Yeah. And I'd be like, I want to go there. I want to go to a log cabin with a fire and snow. And I love all that, you see.
My son is in the Coast Guard, and he's single. And we were young. We went up there and fished, and he's a big fisherman too. But being single, he doesn't want to go to Alaska, Kodiak Island.
Why is that?
It's 9-1 on women to men, and this is Kodiak Island as a Coast Guard. He's a Coast Guard rescue pilot.
Oh, I like the sound of him. How old is he? I have a boyfriend.
He's 29. He's
too young.
He's 29. You know, it's amazing. He's one of the few of his friends who aren't married yet. He's in New Orleans right now. So,
gosh, right.
He has survived to this long without getting married, but he's got some nice girlfriends. He's a very, very strong Catholic. Very strong. I was worried about him becoming a priest for a while. I shouldn't.
Oh, tell him to come to Ireland. We'd love to see him.
Oh, I'm sure he'd love to.
Lovely Irish women over here.
Well, he's got his genes are at least 50% Irish. My wife is 3/4. My father and I.
For goodness sake.
So
You
he's
see, there you
50%.
go. You see, I didn't know that about you earlier. And this is the joy of Blab and of social media. And, you know, we know each other a little bit better now already just from this interview, and the people in the room, in the comment section know a little bit more about us. And it's just lovely.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about. It's all about people.
Yep.
And people buy from people, you know?
They used to say that about podcasting, no like and trust.
Yes.
It's still that, no like and trust. With that, we're going to go to a break. Okay, that means we're into a commercial, and the commercial is from Share the Oils in Northern Nevada. We thank you for your support, and also for netcasting101.com, and that's my company. That is my digital product I've been trying to develop for a year, and I said to get at least the framework of that product up by 1 January. I've got some pre-sales out there, and I have about 16 or 17 people who actually pre-sell it. And it's going at $40 for the pre-sale. Not sure what the final price is going to be, but I've been doing this for a while, and building a digital product is a lot of work. And to do it right. Maybe it's scary too, like anything you do the first time. So with that, let's get back on to Samantha. We're going to find out for 2016. We know what she did right in 2015. She started making money. She started taking care of herself, which is a good time. And what was that third thing? Money. I remember money and taking care of yourself.
I found Blab.
Oh, you found Blab.
Blab.
Look at that. Well, Blab affected us all. So Blab, making money, and taking care of yourself. Very good. And then all the good things that happened because of those things. So in 2016, what are the 3 things you want to improve on?
Well, I want to get more online lessons up there for the US audience that might not know me yet, that do need help on Twitter. And I also want to get more speaking moments in the US. And my social media summit, I want that to be a huge success, obviously. But what do I need to do that? I need to keep learning more technical stuff, because I'm not so hot on the technical side of things. So, and I just need to keep engaging with my audience and finding out and building my email list, you know.
So anyway, we talked about, let's go back here and take this apart. So the first thing you want to do is next year, you want to do more speaking, right?
Yes, please.
So I want to ask you another thing. You said you got some kids still. How old are your kids?
16 and 9.
Wow. So you got family support to help watch them?
Yeah, I have a lovely partner, and my 9-year-old sees her father a lot, so he's great.
So that's always, and that's the thing in business. You got to remember family and taking care of family.
Look, every good woman has a great man behind them, and every good man has a great woman behind him. I mean, and honestly, you need a good partner that understands your drive, understands what you're trying to do, and gets what you're doing behind you. And you do need that support.
Yeah, that's very important. The relationship at home. It's hard to run a business if you're sidetracked and having personal problems. And we didn't talk about those because until there are problems, you don't have that problem. More speaking engagements. What can you do? What can we do to help you get more speaking engagements?
I suppose tell people about me and watch my TEDx talk. That has 1,500 views already. I only did that recently. I only went up last week. So, you know, I'd like if anyone wants someone to talk about Twitter and how it changed my life, really. I do I like people to leave inspired, and I get a lot of good emails and letters afterwards. So that's nice, and I like that. And I like doing it. I enjoy it, and I've never been to the States either, so be a big adventure. Actually, I don't mind where I go. I don't mind. Yeah, outside Ireland, please.
It's a good place to start. If you want to go to a little taste of Ireland, you go to North Boston.
Yeah, so I believe,
My wife's family is from that area. So that's good. So again, just get the word out, talk, well, you know, get it on tape, record it, get out there. And that's an interesting thing. Now the next thing you want to do is, you said you want to improve tech, right?
Yes. I want to learn more, and I find Blab is great for that, actually, learning little tips, you know. Also, I find, you know, I need to learn how to record the video and, you know, all that stuff that you need to learn how to do an online course. I need to learn all that.
You know, it does take some time. I've been going through that right now, learning. And WP-Tonic, we did a whole month, WP-Tonic of online courses. And some really good YouTube and Twitter. You can listen to it on a podcast too on WP-Tonic. What's nice about podcasts still, if you get them up, you can listen to them when you're driving, running, or fishing. I wouldn't recommend it. You want to get away from that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be checking them out. I mean, anything like that, I'll be learning. I like to learn, keep learning, you know, as much as I can.
Keep on learning. So what's your third thing you want to really get good at this year?
Valuing what I do. I'm still learning that as well. And I suppose in general, keeping good people around me, and I do surround myself with good people that get what I do and understand why I do it and that have my best interests at heart. So really, I'll continue to do that. And I suppose it's sorting the men out from the boys as well. I mean, it's like there are good people out there, but there's also people who will take. So, there's a bit of that as well, but I am learning, and I think I have a great, lovely community around me and great people follow me, and I love engaging with people here in Blap. And you'll find people that you will learn, your gut will tell you. Anyway, but yes, more contracts would be nice. Campaigns, anything like that. I like to manage Twitter accounts for people, just even for a month, and then let them carry on then with the work I've done. And I like to do that to give them a little boost, and it's great because they learn from watching what I'm doing. And
so when somebody starts with a brand new Twitter account, after a month of you managing it, how many people will be following them generally?
500 anyway. Yeah.
Okay, and they're good 500, right?
Yeah, it depends. You see, I have to target people that I know are going to be interested in what they're doing. And I'd have to target, and it's not about just getting the followers, it's about getting the right people that will be potential customers or allies. Because Twitter is all about building relationships. And the secret to Twitter it's about people and how you treat people. And when you start treating people well and start engaging with them, they will automatically support you. They will automatically retweet you, follow you. And you need to be putting out good content as well, though. I mean, there's no point in being on Twitter and just putting out ads. Like, we don't want that. We want to learn on Twitter. We want to make new friends. There's a lot of lonely people out there too, and I find that Twitter is really great, useful tool for finding new people to engage with and new friends as well. So it's not just about business. So it's all about engaging, building relationships. Like, I could say 500 followers, but I wouldn't guarantee that. I mean, it would depend on the business and the type of business, because you'd have to change probably how they've been using Twitter so far, and then try and get these people that will be interested in what they're doing,
So with that, Samantha, we're going to go to a break, and it's going to be your commercial.
Okay.
Okay, that means we're into a commercial, and this is Samantha's commercial. Samantha, tell the listeners how they can find you and all about your product.
Well, if you go to tweetinggoddess.com, there are plenty of tips there. There's an ebook you can download as well. And I also have Skype consultation packages as well, if you want to check them out. And feel free to follow me on Twitter @tweetinggoddess, and do reach out and connect with me, and I might even retweet you.
And that was a great commercial, concise and right to the point. And finally, the last question. And my last question is, about 5 minutes, we'll talk about this. What are the top things that I can do on Twitter to improve, to get things going?
Okay, first of all, if you're connected to Facebook, if your Twitter is connected to your Facebook, disconnect it. So people on Twitter don't want to go to Facebook. We're a little bit snobby about Facebook, actually. I don't know why, but just if your Facebook is connected to your Twitter, disconnect them. Okay. If you have auto DMs, if you have an app where you give auto DMs anytime someone follows you, get rid of them too, because we hate them. So no auto DMs. My tip number 3 would be your bio. Make sure you have a really nice picture on your bio. Smiley face works really well. People buy from people, and people connect with people. And on your header on your Twitter, you can have your website or your selling page or whatever, what it is you do. So a nice header page, and fill in your bio. Make it as easy as possible for people to connect with you, to go and check out your website, to buy from you, and to engage with you. And my 5th tip would be engage and be yourself, and put out some good content. Start sharing your knowledge. When you share your knowledge with people, they will follow you and they will engage with you. So they would be my top 5 tips.
And we're going to do one thing. We're going to do one question, because we got a good audience watching. And we're going to stay on iTunes for a few more minutes. Then we're going to close it up and open it up for everybody to come on and talk, and as we finish up iTunes. But here we have a question. I've seen auto DMs that invite people to ask a question. Those don't annoy me quite so much. And that came from, who's that from?
That's
Jody?
from Jody. Yeah. To be honest, when I first started, I did actually respond to these auto DMs and I got no response. So
Okay.
I still, no. Get rid of auto DMs. I know it's an auto DM. Prolific tweeters will know it's an auto DM. So just don't use them. Look,
Okay.
it's always better to be present. If I see auto DMs or if I see Facebook, everything going from Facebook, I'm going to think they're not on Twitter. So there's no point in me engaging with them because I know they're not going to respond to me.
Well,
I want
Samantha,
people that are going to respond.
we appreciate you coming on today on a short notice. This will go up, and it's Saturday here, December 26th. It's 12:45 Pacific time, and you're over in Ireland sometime. I don't know, what time is it there?
It is 20:46,
The day
8:09.
So
Saturday.
by 11 o'clock, this should be up, as long as we don't go too long in the after show. Everyone on Blab, stay tuned, because we're going to be opening up to ask questions, and we'll go on for a while. But that's sort of the end of the podcast.
Thank you.
Stay online. So we're going to talk about how to do a Twitter poll right now. We're after the pod. This is on the YouTube site and on Blab. So how do you do a Twitter poll? And let's use examples here so we can look at your site.
Well, I'm going to actually show you that I did a tweet earlier, okay? And the question I asked was, I did a Twitter poll, would you be more likely to vote for a politician who has engaged with you on social media? So I'm going to put the results so far and this tweet into the chat. But I'm going to show you how to do a Twitter poll. If anyone, just say Y for yes if you know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, say N for no, and I will show you now with my phone. But I'm going to put this is a great way to create content, okay? Yeah, they all know how to do it. Great, okay. That's good, okay. Well, this is a way, this is a little Twitter poll I did earlier. And it's interesting, I've had loads of response to it. And at the moment, they're saying that if a politician did engage with them, that they would be more likely to vote for them. Now, isn't that really interesting, I think? I just put up that poll just for fun, you know?
Before we go on, I'm going to drop in a little note here. Let's see if I still have it. I blew it already. But I was going to, if you go in there and type in jebbush.com, you'll see an example, jebbush.com, of what I call as a 1980s race and a 2016 race. Jeb Bush is, I think, using all his dad's consultants, and he's running a campaign that is archaic and ancient. And Trump, who's leading out there, is running a very socially media, especially Twitter type campaign. And that's an example. But if you go to jebbush.com, what happens?
Well, it's not even his.
It redirects to Trump. Trump is doing, I mean, that's one of the basic things of a campaign is get your name. He's been in politics a long time. So the Bushes are literally, I know who their campaign consultants are. And they're ancient. They're ancient. They're his dad's consultants, basically. Yeah. And it's the good old oligarchy from Washington. And they're getting
toasted. Except for Hillary.
Right now.
I agree. Actually, someone said Hillary. Yeah, Hillary's doing a great job.
She's got a good social media system. She's good in social media. She's not, the Democrats always do better in social media on elections than Republicans.
But I just did that for fun, just because I knew there'd be people online. Stephen's Day over here. It's not Boxing Day. We call it St. Stephen's Day. And I knew there'd be people kind of looking, having a sneaky peek on Twitter after having the kids all day and the dinner and the family and all that. So, it's interesting the amount of engagement it's gotten. There is an election coming up, you see, in here in Ireland this year. So, I mean, it might be no harm for my profile as well for the politicians to see that I actually provide this service.
I'm going to put that link up. I have a connection.
Tactics in there as well.
In Northern Nevada, I have a site that we maintain, we work for and do some work for and do a lot of streaming video. I'm going to put that link up to their members. They have 600 members. I'm going to email it out. Not email. It'll be up on their post side and an automatic email will go out. I'll see if we can get them to fill it in and what they think, because they are way backwards.
Well, I'll have to get the actual Twitter poll for you and put it in. Hang on a second. That's just the results. Some of the results so far. Hang on.
We need to get so you can vote.
I'll get it now. Hang on.
And then you got to explain how you do this too.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah. Someone asked me about Twitter cards. Mike, I think it was. Here it is. I have it. This is the Twitter poll, folks. I'm just going to put it I'm going to put this in now for you. Okay. My Wi-Fi's gone a bit slow. Sorry about this. It has 32 retweets, by the way. Isn't that amazing? And so far, 51% have said yes, they would be more likely to vote for a politician Isn't that interesting now? 51%.
So that's it right
Opposed
there.
to 37%. Here it is. I got it. Here you go, Bill.
I'm on your, no, I'm on Twitter right now.
No, here you go. There it is. It's in the chat there, okay?
Yep.
Now, someone asked me about Twitter cards. I think Twitter cards are great if you want to sign up to an email list, but I am not tech savvy, and I need to learn how to do Twitter cards myself because Carol does them for me. But you can do them yourself, and apparently the easiest way to set up a Twitter card is basically it keeps you on Twitter, and people can just click on a button to sign up and click on a button instead of, you know, putting a link up to your site and bringing them over to your site and stuff. So if you want to look at Twitter cards, there's loads of videos on YouTube and stuff, but really I get Carol to do all of mine. So I'm just being honest. I'm still not, this is the kind of thing I have to learn this year, how to do it myself, you know.
So I could take this.
But they are good. Yeah.
And use you as an example and put a new one up on the website, a link, and said, here's a way to vote. That is really wild. That's very engaging too.
Yeah, it starts a conversation. Yeah.
The other thing too is if you, in politics,
yeah.
I apologize. We're talking over. That's just part of the distance, I think. So
sorry about that.
That's okay. So in politics, we have an older voter group who doesn't use a lot of social media. So you still have to use direct mail. But in this election that's about to happen, presidentials, it'll be a lot younger voter. So that's why the social media will have more impact.
I think they need to be going to Instagram and Snapchat as well if they want the younger voters.
Yep.
You know, the students, they're not on, they're not as likely to be on Twitter. The demographic on Twitter is age 35 to 55. Mm-hmm. The highest growing demographic are the over 55s. But if they want to engage with, the highest growing. If they want to engage with the younger people, they need to be getting on Snapchat and they need to be getting on Instagram. You know? Yep.
The Snapchat is really big. I know I've got daughters who are 13 and 15. So what is the demographic of Snapchat? What age do they cut off at?
I'd say anything from 13 to 25. It's growing higher though, because a lot of businesses are starting to use it, you know. But I'm not as familiar. I'm not a Snapchat expert at all. So I'm not really, I wouldn't be sure of that statistic, but I know that definitely my teenager's on it. She's 16. And,
I say if you have a business, though, is the Twitter is the first thing to get down right now. Get the Twitter down.
Someone's asked me how to do the Twitter poll. So will I show them? And there's 2 questions there. I will answer them in a second. I'm just going to show you quickly how to do a Twitter poll. So if you all get your phones, okay. So you have your Twitter app on your phone. So if it's very hard to. So you see you have your Twitter, okay. And it says compose tweet. So I'm going to compose a new tweet. So if you see this little thing here, you see that little pie chart type thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's Twitter poll. So if I say,
wow.
I blah, 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 blah. So I'm just pretending to type stuff in. So and then I click on this, that will give me options, choice 1. Can you see that? Choice 1, mm-hmm. Choice 2, and you can
back just a little bit.
You can do up to 4 options of answers, and then you just click tweet, and that poll goes out.
That is
too easy. Pie chart, yeah, the little pie chart there. Okay.
So how often do you put out? How often do you put out one of these?
Not often, but it's good if I'm stuck for content. Sometimes I'll put something out because I have done a LinkedIn post about politicians, how they can use social media to engage with their voters. And I'm going to put the results of the Twitter poll into that blog post.
That's good. That'll be really interesting to see what type of response you get in the numbers. That's a good little piece right here. That's really good.
Yeah,
so
and it's simple because one day now, the best engagement I got was one night when I put it up on a Friday night. And I asked Brad Pitt or Liam Neeson. And Liam Neeson won. But you see, there you go. It's like, you know, you can do things for fun as well, just to create some engagement, and, you know, it's nice. So there were some questions there. Do you use a company that sends out tweets timely and keeps track who you need to follow, like Buffer? Okay, Roxanne. To be honest, I'm not a fan of these tools, but I do when I'm stuck, when I'm not going to be around and I have to go and teach a workshop or I have to go to Dublin or something and I'm on the road, I use Agora Pulse, which I'm going to put the link in here for you, which actually tracks, you can schedule your tweets and your Facebook posts. And I'll put them in here. I'll put it in here. This one you do have to pay for, but it's the best one I found so far. So Agora Pulse, I'll just put the link in there, I think.
Yep.
And then there's Buffer, which is very good as well. You can schedule posts and stuff like that. But Agora Pulse is, the beauty of Agora Pulse is I get a report at the end of the month from my clients, so I can show them exactly what happened this month and what were the most popular posts and all that kind of stuff. But you can also go to Twitter Analytics to get those stats. If you want to schedule posts, another one is TweetDeck, Hootsuite. It's like a whole Twitter lesson now, isn't it? Hootsuite.com, TweetDeck.com. TweetDeck I prefer because you can schedule tweets for later on. So let's say I do have somewhere to go in the evening. I will schedule one to go out later. But to be honest, my unique selling point is I don't schedule.
Really?
Okay? No, I don't. Wow. If I'm there on Twitter, I'm there on Twitter. But that's my unique selling point. But then I'm very fast. And I learned the hard way because I was always switching in and out. I didn't even know these apps existed, to be honest, because I only learned as I went along, don't forget. I didn't go to college. I don't have a marketing degree or anything like that. So I just learned as I went. So I only found out about these tools later. Thanks, Mike, for putting that in. So Mike has put TweetDeck in there, Hootsuite's in there. Thank you. And Christopher's quick as well. So it's nice to see Christopher here on Blab, actually, because I've engaged with him before on Twitter and Facebook. So yeah, Roxanne, I don't. You can use Buffer, which is great for scheduling, and you can go onto Facebook and all those different platforms. But to be honest, the thing I like about me and what makes me different is I don't schedule. Now, in saying that, I will tell clients, oh, look, I won't be around tomorrow, so I'm going to schedule 10 tweets to go out tomorrow or whatever. And 10 tweets a day is what I recommend if you want to be very effective on Twitter. So my clients get 10 tweets a day.
Somebody said unfollowfollowers.com is a software I use to obtain followers.
Yeah, and a lot of people use it, but I don't use it.
So how does that get you more follow? I guess you just build up by unfollowing and then.
Well, you can target followers that are interested in what you'll be doing, and then you can unfollow the ones that don't follow you back. But I actually don't like that kind of software and that automation. I don't like it, and it's just not part of my ethos, and it's not what I do. Now, I know a lot of people use it and they use it very well, but that's what makes me different, and that's what makes me stand out. Those 28,000 followers I did not get from using auto DMs. I did not get from scheduling tweets. I got them from engaging and talking to people.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you do that.
Yeah. And now a lot of people do use them and they find them very effective. And of course, I will use them if I'm not going to be around. I will schedule tweets for times when I'm not going to be online, like especially if my clients are in the US, for example. Of course, I'm not going to be around the busy time in the US, so I can schedule tweets to go out then. But the important thing is if you do schedule your tweets that you check your notifications and check so that if someone does engage with your tweet that you're there and you're able to actually answer them and respond to their tweets.
So how do you decide who you're going to follow?
Well, what kind of people do you want to hang out with? What kind of people? I would follow people who first of all, are going to interest me. Second of all, might be interested in what I have to offer. I follow people who will inspire me. I follow leaders who have good information that I would like to share with my followers. So just start targeting people like that you would like. If you're into fishing, start finding some people that are into fishing. You can go into the search, the search box on Twitter, just put the word fishing in. You can go into Twitter advanced search, which is even better again. So let's say you're in the wedding business. I give away too much information, don't I, guys? But here, if Twitter advanced search, if you want to find, let's say, I just got engaged. If you put the phrase, I just got engaged in here. Thanks, Christopher. There. If you put, I just got engaged into that Twitter advanced search, you should be able to find people who've just got engaged. So imagine if you were jewelers or if you're a wedding coordinator, or if you're in the wedding business at all, you will find people in your target market.
For the listener out there and me, when you go to advanced search, like I can go to search, but where's advanced search? Is that underneath it?
There, look, I just put it in the chat here in the comment section.
The advanced search?
Yeah.
I'm looking at where is it on the page? I'm actually on the page on the other side. So I'm on my page. Search is there. Where is the actual advanced search? Is it under, pull down under your page picture?
No, I just Googled it. Just put the link in. Here, I just send it to you there. Look, just send it to you there.
Can I get to the advanced search right from my page easily?
Well, if you go into Twitter search, and just twitter.com/search/advanced, you should get into it.
Okay. I was looking at the shortcut on the page trying to find it.
No, I don't think, I only go in that way. Now there's lots of things you can do. You can go into your settings. See, I can't share my screen with you, so I can't see when you do Skype consultations with me. I can do all this stuff, and I can share my screen with you. But that's how I got in.
Google plus Hangouts are
Google
good.
it. Just Google it. Twitter Advanced search.
Yeah, Google plus Hangouts are really good too. You can actually bring your screen up, and we do those. We do a roundtable. You know, maybe next month we do some roundtables, which is kind of fun on Google plus Hangouts. We get some good people on those, and that's where you can share the screen, which works really well. I think I missed a question there as well. Can you bring up the questions? You got the questions on the right. So let's look on the other side. Oops. I think Roxanne asked one, but there's someone else asked me one. I don't know. We've got this question. Let's look at these questions here. Yeah, we did that one. Let's do this one. Did that one? I've seen. Oh no, he did that one. Why? Oh. Mike Sheen's got something down here. Yeah, we did that one as well. Why the delete of my question? I didn't delete your question. No, I didn't delete your question either. I didn't delete anybody's question. You know what? Unless someone else. No, you and I are the only ones who have access, I think, to do that. If it was deleted, it was an accident. I hitting a lot of buttons and stuff. Yeah. So. Auto DMs. No. What was the question? Someone asked me another. Can you put the question in again? Someone else did ask a question, but I think I've missed it. I've got a question. Folks. How about hashtags? What's the best use practice for hashtag? Well, okay. First of all, what kind of people are you trying to find, Bill? Who do you want to find? Who's your target market? Well, I use on timeliners. I just put hashtag timeliners, and it seems to always show up there. I don't know if that does any good, other than it drops it in one place. Well, what kind of people do you want to find? And sometimes I put Reno. Yeah, your avatar. You want to find people who are interested in listening to stories and enough tech-wise to listen to a podcast and business. Okay, well, you could use hashtag tech. Hashtag journal request is another one, folks. If you want to find journalists who are looking for stories, put hashtag journal request, and you will find lots of journalists looking for stories or looking for people for articles. If you use business, tech chat, try that. I really have to talk to Jonathan about creating a chat. Hashtags in your profile, yes. There was a bit of a debate about this, but somebody said, I think it was Stephen actually said that they are searchable in your bio. So if you're in beauty, put hashtag beauty, hashtag wedding into your bio, and it does help in your search apparently. But I wasn't so sure about that, and there are a few articles that say no, but then again, some of the experts here in Blab have said yes. Okay, so for example, Ireland Fam Travel, Jody, I would put hashtag Ireland, hashtag Irish into your bio, maybe hashtag holidays. Hashtags to use. So Bill, if you're looking for potential interviewees, would that be right? Yeah, that'd be good too. Yeah, well, why don't you put hashtag journal request? Oh, good. Request. Got a story to tell. Get in touch. And then give them see what happens. You never know. And now, use hashtags like, sorry. If you look at Blab right now, I put a couple of hashtags in there, hashtag timelines and hashtag Twitter magic. Now those actually get out. Those are actually pushed out too, because we tweet these. Yeah. When it's that little tweet and we can hit it every so often, that gets pushed out too, doesn't it? Yeah.
So if anyone clicks on Twitter Magic later, you'll be able to see some of the people that tweeted from this blab. So you'll be able to connect with them here, people that, and you'd know that they were on this. But there's also other people that use Twitter Magic. That's just one of my little things that I use here. When I'm teaching a Twitter workshop, look, and I got this made. A guy here in Blab made this for me, Trevor. Busy Fizzy. Isn't that cool? So it's kind of like my branding nearly. And then another one I started was Fab Blab. So, you can kind of play around with you can create your own hashtag. And timelines, is that your hashtag? Is that your
I've been starting to use that and it's showing up quite a bit. Also, Meet the Voter, we got hashtag MTV, which is like MTV, or hashtag MTP, like Meet the Press. We'll put them up. So we'll tie into Meet the Press is a big American program. Now I just looked at hashtag twittermagic.com. Now maybe explain to the listener the difference between the top and the live. There's tags on top. It says top, live.
Yeah. Live tweets is what's happening right now at the moment. And the top tweets would be the most active users of that hashtag or the most popular tweet. So if you put Irish Biz Party in instead, okay? Because that's the hashtag I created for the Irish business community. So if you click on that, you will find lots of small business owners using that hashtag. You can do top tweets. You can do live tweets. It's really busy. Even today, I'd say there's some tweets on it, even though it's every Wednesday night. And a really good one in America is viral chat, which I love, which is on at 2 a.m. in the morning for me. But I do stay up sometimes to do it because it's really fun. And influencer chat is a really good one as well. And then there's speaker chat. And a lot of these have tips on them, marketing tips speaker, that should say. So there are hashtags out there. Have a look at Brian Fanzo. He has a Show You Care is another one that he uses a lot.
That is so cool.
So just have a look and you'll find new people on these hashtags,
Irish Biz Party, I was looking at it, and you're right there as you pop up, and it's this blab, it's live, it's time, it's right there in time and live. So we got top live accounts. What is the accounts when you go underneath?
That would be the people that use it the most.
So, but no one's there. It says who, and then it's got who to follow. Is there any connection there on the following photos?
Let me have a look. Sorry. I never go into accounts. It's usually the most popular accounts. Yeah, that's the Irish Biz Party account that's related to that hashtag. So their accounts, they're all people that would use that hashtag. That's what they are.
It's live. Yeah, definitely news. So let's finish up today. How would we use this in politics? What are some good hashtags for politics?
I actually don't know. I'm not into politics at all. I just put up that Twitter poll just for fun because I know there's an election coming up in Ireland. And I just thought maybe they'd bring me in and hire me to show them how to engage with people, because I know all about how to use Twitter and how to engage with people, whereas they might not know how to do that,
So we have a show called meetthevoter.com tomorrow. Meetthevoter.com.
Right.
And so I'm trying to think on hashtags. How can I use that on a hashtag? I'm trying to think something.
The voter. Hashtag meet the voter. No.
Hashtag meet the voter would be good. But that's just one place. So people could just find it as a cumulative. Interesting. So how many, Mike Sheehan's got a good question. How many hashtags do you recommend on posts?
Or hashtag vote 16. That's a good one. Or vote 2016. Yeah.
Let's look at that.
What is the hashtag that they're using for America for the election? What is the hashtag?
I guess that's by the campaign. You got Trump has got something.
Yeah, but why don't you use the hashtag that they're all using? Like Hillary, what's she using? Like, is she using... Is it GE General? What's it called? Hang on, I'll try and find it.
What's a good way to find out what people are using? Go to their web. I'm going to Hillary Clinton now, and I'm going to see what hashtag she's using. So you go to their tweets, and you see, okay, what hashtag are they using? Let me see. She's got 4.97. Oh, she's not using a hashtag at all. Oh, interesting. Hillary. Let's go to Trump. Trump is the one I think is the most expanded on social media. By the way, I'm not a Trump supporter, folks out there. I just look at what best practices are.
Well, he might not be on the right one either.
Well, hashtag Trump is really big. He's doing a lot in social media. I put that link up there, by the way, that Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush is redirects to Trump's site. And that's why I said that. It's basically, Bush is old school. So hashtag Trump is huge. I think that's where he drops a lot of his stuff. The politicians have been going out with Twitter to the local media forever. And they can quote it. They put quotes in there and they know it's coming from their site. So that's a lot of media. When they trust it, will go it. So Trump, here's Trump. He's probably one of the best guys in social media and he's got the right people on his team. There's Trump's site. And if you look underneath there, you're right. It doesn't have a hashtag. It's got the official website. It's got the Trump, his domain name. It's got the YouTube. It's got Facebook. No hashtag.
I'm just answering a question that Mike asked me there about hashtags. How many hashtags do you recommend per post? No more than 3, but I usually just use 2, maybe 1 or 2. I don't use more than 3 anyway, because it just looks like hashtags. It doesn't look like anything else.
So Trump has this one. It's called, and this makes sense, Make America Great Again.
That's the hashtag he's using.
Yeah, that's one of the main ones right there.
I wonder what Election USA. Let's try that. Right, looks spammy. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Election USA is a hashtag that's active there at the moment. So there you go. So I suppose if you just play around and find them, Election USA. No, it's not very active though. Hang on, there must be another one.
This
Vote
is good.
USA.
Or election 2016. Let me try that one.
Yeah.
Vote 216.
Okay, Vote USA seems to be quite popular. So you'll find the most popular hashtags. Vote USA, Vote USA. Yeah, okay. Vote USA.gov is using Vote USA. I'll put this in here, okay?
Okay.
I'll just put the link in so you can see it. Vote USA. Oh.
Now, what's the difference when I just put in like Vote USA without a hashtag? Is that still coming up to the hashtag site?
It will come up in the advanced search, but it won't come up in the hashtag. So if you say, tomorrow we have a radio show, blah, 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 and then put hashtag Vote USA, you might get more people that will see it.
Which we will do.
Yeah.
Let's see this. One thing you can do up here on Blab is you can put your hashtags into Blab, and then that will shoot it out automatically to Twitter too. I
have that question here that I was looking for actually. Samantha, what is the method you use to get new followers as far as members? I just talk to people. and then they just follow me, or I put out good content and then they follow me and people talk about me and they follow me. But at the start I kind of followed people and then they would follow me back or they wouldn't follow me back. But most people would follow me back because I have a nice picture there. If you notice my picture, it's black and white. I have makeup on, I have my hair done. I look fairly nice and, you know, I'm smiley face, you know, so why wouldn't you follow me? But, you know, it's like, you know, I just talk to people and I put out good content. I don't use any apps or anything like that. No, I don't use anything like that. And I just, if they follow me back, that's great. And if they don't, that's fine, you know. That's my unique selling point, is I don't use these things. Now, don't get me wrong, I use Agora Pulse for scheduling some things. And if I'm not around, of course, I can't be everywhere. I'm not Wonder Woman. But, you know, I use it minimally, for sure. So here's the thing. Your person who did your website, I'm going to go back. We'll finish up here in the next few minutes. I want to talk about your website and how it's important. How did you find that person? Carol? How did I find Carol? I met Carol at a networking event here locally. And, oh yeah, hash tracking. That's a good one. Hashtracking.com. Sorry, Tweetbinder is another one that tracks hashtags to see how popular they are as well. And what's that one? Tweetbinder. Tweetbinder. That's to track a hashtag, though, to see how many people are using it. Hashtagify Me is another one. Why is your website not in your profile? Isn't it? Wait a second. Let me look. But you've got it underneath in the links. Yeah, I have it in my. Yeah, it's in the links. Underneath in the links. Yeah. Yeah. What method? What was the question? Sorry, I'm getting tired now. What was the question? What time is it there? It says 9:15. Oh my. Oh, on Blab. Do I not? Ah, thank you. Okay, how do I change that? I'll change that later. Thanks very much for that.
What's
I
that?
never noticed that before. That my website is not on my Blab profile.
But I got a question. Let me look at your Blab profile here.
Okay.
Let me see that because you have the link. By the way, the easiest way to get back to a person's Blab, I think, profile when you're on Blab is just go to their picture and hit the little bird. But I wish it would open it up in a new window. Actually, it was a way. So when I'm looking at your profile, why do you need it up? When you see your profile, it's just that little the text right underneath your picture, right? So as long as you have the link on there, why would you need that in your profile?
Where's the link? The link is not there on my Blab. She's saying. Settings. Okay.
Well, so your profile.
I'm going to click on my profile now. Oh, I'll have to do it later because they're playing another Blab now. Let's go to.
No, I got a question, Samantha. But your link is underneath your picture. That is the profile, isn't it? Right underneath your picture.
Can anyone see and let me know, please? Because when I go into my profile, yeah, my link is on my. Are you talking about Twitter or Blabs? I think someone's talking about my Blab profile.
Oh, Blab. I was thinking.
Yeah. My Blab.
So let me look at your Blab site right now.
So I need to put my website. I have my email there. I have my bio, but I don't have my website, so I'll put my website in there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I see. So what do you think is the best thing to put on Blab? I've just got real simple, developer and creator of Netcasting 101 and Podcaster's Home. Probably should put timelines in there too. Maybe a hashtag or two.
I don't know. Is that coming up for you? Sorry.
Let me look at yours now. Did you change it? Author of Twitter lies Conrad field. No. So that's one thing to check. That's a good check. So it's interesting. You've limited words, what you can put on there. Connect to, but you got the little Twitter bird too, which is really easy if people get that. Well, Samantha, I've got to get to editing. I'm going to try to edit your whole show and get it up within an hour, and I'll use my checklist. So it'll be up on YouTube probably in the next 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And I'll start building your webpage, your post.
Thank
and
you.
Get this up. So, by the way, this used to take me 8 hours.
I think I've put it in there now. My website. Okay. So I'll try it again when I log off here. I think I've done it now. I'll check it now in a sec. But thanks, folks. And thanks for listening to me. That was a last minute Blab there interview. Thank you so much, Bill, for asking me.
Well, this is more than a Blab. This is a netcast. It's YouTube, and it's going to go up on iTunes. So you'll be able to listen to it on your phone. You got iTunes, right? You have iTunes? No? What kind of phone do you have?
Android.
Yeah, so you have Stitcher. It'll be up on Stitcher too. It takes about 3 or 4 hours to migrate over to Stitcher, but you'll see the links on the site for the Stitcher, and you can actually have a Stitcher app.
Can you tweet the link to me, and I can send it out for you? Then we can get loads more traffic to it.
I'll send you. Normally I send an email, but I also tweet it now.
Oh, tweet it to me.
The Twitter goddess.
Tweet it to me. That's the best way you'll get most traffic.
So wave goodbye.
Okay, bye, folks. Thank you so much.
We got to get a couple more. We got to get you up to like 2,000 first of all, and you guys get me up to at least 700. I don't want to be too embarrassed here. I need to.
Thanks, everybody.
We want to get Samantha.
See you on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll see you up on Blab too.
Yeah.
We'll watch you this year. We'll have you back on.
And Happy New Year, folks! And don't be afraid to reach out and say hi on Twitter. And
maybe come on next year and tell us how you did.
Yeah, and Bill, maybe spread the word for Bill as well, that he wants more interviewees as well. So
yeah, interviewees, and I'd like to be interviewed too, I think. On iTunes.
Right.
That's another thing that's important. You know, one last thing, and I've seen this from talking to people. I'm talking to a lot of folks now, and I know Jessica Rhodes, who's going to be on the 29th, 23rd, and she manages media for podcasters and netcasters. And it's said that people are actually, who don't have a podcast, if they get up on other people's podcasts, are actually getting bigger numbers of followers by getting on more podcasts.
I just want to point out, Jonathan has just told me to point out that one thing you need to say is that a hashtag can be taken over by anybody. Well, Yeah, but you can create a hashtag, your own personalized hashtag. Like I created Irish Biz Party. Lots of people tried to say that it was theirs and created a company called Irish Biz Party and bought irishbizparty.com and so on and so on. But I've overcome all that because I got the .ie and it's okay, and I got the trademark. So yes, do claim everything, claim what you can, claim the Twitter handle. If you create tech chat, get the Twitter account at Tech Chat so that you're ahead of everybody else, you know. And all these other imitators will come along. If you have a good idea, other people are going to think it too. So I had Irish Biz People, Irish Biz Group, Irish. Look, don't even get me started. But you know what? You know, you just be the best and keep going and just be the best one. And then people will know that anyway, that you're the one that created it.
So you copyrighted those? Tried or worked on that?
I've trademarked it. Yeah,
trademark.
And now it's not mine anymore. Anyway, I've sold it to Michelle and Chris. They run it now. So
the other thing you can do too, I think, is try to get the Google address right away for Gmail because it's a little popular, and try to get the website if you're going to build something fast.
Is it okay to use other people's hashtag? Yes, you can if you want to get involved in their conversation, but you can jump into their hashtags and start taking part. Yes, absolutely. But I wouldn't start using, like, let's say someone always uses like no let up, like Ted Rubin does. He always uses no let up or, which is return on relationship. Like they're kind of his hashtags now. That's kind of his branding. It's like someone did use Twitter Magic in a workshop here in Ireland. And I was just like, because like everybody knows I use Twitter Magic in my workshops. But look, people are going to do that. Just be the best and take over the thing. It'll be fine.
Okay, Meet the Press. Now you got to open. We're going to shut it down. Open Meet the Press. Meet the Press. That's Meet the Press. And hashtag Meet the Voter. So what we do is we watch Meet the Press, and then we talk about on Meet the Voter. So if I use that hashtag Meet the Press, can we get in trouble, you think?
Well, is it a hashtag that's popular?
Oh, it's definitely popular. It's a big TV show in the United States.
Yeah, but why are you using that hashtag?
Well, we go in and watch Meet the Press on Sunday mornings, and we talk about it afterward. So,
but are you taking part in the conversation when you do use that hashtag?
Yeah, we're talking about their show. So
yeah, that's okay. Because they want you to, that's what they want you to do. Yeah. They want you to engage and hopefully get trending. The more people that take part in that hashtag and in that conversation, the more chance they have of trending. Like I love people taking part in Irish Biz Party because we have more chance of trending the more people take part. So yes, they want you to take part. Yeah.
Check this out. I just put the link in. Meet the vote. Meet the Press, MTV, and go down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures, and then our show comes up on the 4th underneath. So we're definitely getting. It's definitely there. That's a big show. Wow. So the first one, you've got the speaker, and then you've got.
Are you in live tweets?
I am in top. In top.
No, go into live. Well, okay. Well, if you go into live tweets,
the top, and the fourth thing on top was our show.
Okay, let me see.
Wow. That's powerful. So if you go into the top, the 4th thing will be our show. Yeah. Can you see it?
No.
So the first thing is, I have the link in there. Did you just go to that link?
Yeah, I did, but
so you got Meet the Press. Top.
Yeah, I have Maverick. I have Meet the Press, Merry Solstice,
MTV, Meet the
NBC News PR. Yeah, the one you sent there, MTP. Meet the Press.
Meet the Press.
Yeah.
So the first one I'm seeing.
Mine.
First thing I'm seeing on top is Meet the Press. Like 200 some odd times, and then NBC News PR, and NBC News PR. Then the 4th one I'm seeing, Meet the Voter.
No, Merry Solstice I have.
That's weird. I wonder why. I guess it's different on different machines.
Or maybe it's because I'm in Ireland. I don't know. But wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't. Are you taking part in the conversation when they're using that hashtag, yeah?
Well, we talk about what they talk about.
Okay, that's all right then. Yeah, because they want you to do that. That's fine. Yeah.
And we talk.
Yeah, if you're taking part in what's going on at the moment, yeah, that's fine. I would create your own hashtag, though. Well,
we do. We've got the own hashtag. Is hashtag MTV sorta. But that that doesn't work either because it's already.
No, I would create a new one. I would MTV with Bill.
Oh,
Like,
that's interesting.
I'd get Bill's brand in there somewhere. Meet the voters. Meet MTV with Bill. MTV, like Meet the Voters with Bill, or like get your brand in there, Bill.
That's a simple way to go. MTV.
Because then it's your own hashtag.
If I do have to edit, I got to get this out, and I've got to do another show tonight.
Sorry, folks. I'm going to go. Yeah. Look, thanks a million, Bill, and Happy New Year, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And I shall see you later. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
And thanks, everybody. Ooh, I got up over 1,000. Thank you for hooking in, and we'll pause it. And that's it for the night. I got to go edit. This will be up on iTunes at meetthevoter.com on iTunes. Per message.